So let's get to the secret garden. Oh. Yeah, they didn't describe it as a garden, didn't they?
Is the work complete?
We're out of metal.
Come on, Trace, lead
What do
the
you want
way.
me to do? Shit a sheep?
We should send Celerida.
And she's running slightly slower than we are. Suppose it makes sense considering she is shorter, the legs are shorter than girls. And moving at the same rate of leg movement due to face of power. Stupid kids following us out. Yeah, it makes sense for someone taller to have longer legs and therefore be able to run a bit faster.
Damn, you're up.
There we go. She just got herself a magic wand or a staff. Conjured up out of nowhere. Can we loot this little thing? No, we can't because it's another intriguer. Those who don't need all the hide. So there we go. How many circles of fire are there here? In these woods. Cannot save it this time. No. The encounter is being in combat. Seemingly. Well, enough armor to negate it. Quickly do this so we have our trusty art sign ready. If we look at the map, there's probably up the road here by the ruins, somewhere we haven't actually been yet. Boom. Think about magic and...
I think we've arrived. The cascade, the menhir. We need to take the path leading upwards.
Gardens in the middle of forests. Those elves really like to complicate things.
Stop whining. It's not far now.
When it comes to magic, fire magic is actually very dangerous to use.
Told me a beautiful legend about this place.
Legends are almost always beautiful, especially elven ones. The reality often leaves a lot to be desired.
Well, Cedric also said the site itself was something wonderful.
And because fire is a wild element, and to use magic in the Witcher world...
The rose must be here somewhere.
I'll look around.
Alden and Cymoril. Cedric said Cymoril eclipsed even Francesca Findabair with her beauty, and Francesca's reputed to be the world's most beautiful woman.
Cedric drinks too much.
He really has visions, you know. He really has the gift. He could learn to control it if he drank less.
Cedric drinks to get rid of the visions, and that's something I understand perfectly well.
Let's look at the journal. And also to give myself a breathing room, I need to explain the magic. I kind of touched on it a bit in the first game with Asar Javed being mentioned specifically that he uses fire. Because fire is dangerous, fire is wild, you can get more power from fire, sure. But because fire is so wild and untamed compared to the other elements, it's a lot harder to use without accidentally just setting fire to yourself. But of course, the visuals of what's called throwing fire, it's cool, so I'll let it slide for the visuals. See the Wild Hunt. Do not appear in Dwarven and Elven cultures. It's quite interesting for other races, as it faced a hunt long before humans did. As it seems, the dwarves ignore everything on mutual terms, while the elves are mysteriously silent on that subject. Interesting. We don't even have knowledge about Nekis, probably because we don't have the last one. Locations. Ruin Bridge, the Barge, Alta Veopatis, the Cairns Lair, ruined elven baths, Heap of stones, my lord, don't be going there alone, or neck will catch you, and other similar phrases. It was written from Dandelion's point of view. So Dandelion bought Cedric a drink at some point. A pint with Brian's wine, splintered marble, buildings carrying beauty, understood. It used to be really, really pretty, and now it's just getting ruined by nature.
Oh my, lovers. Look at it. It's beautiful. I just don't understand it. How did the elves become so cruel? The one with the scar had so much hatred in him.
Places like this make you realize just how much they've lost. There used to be entire elven cities, and the forests were theirs to enjoy, not to hide in. Humans destroyed that, put them in reservations. Yorvith and his kind are taking revenge, though not all elves are like that.
Kieran said there's a lot more at stake.
He has his ideal, a certain vision of the world. But do you think there's room for humans in it?
We're practically one and the same.
Wrong, Triss. We've been learning from each other for generations, but we're different at base.
I don't know why I find that awfully sad.
Just like this garden. Beautiful and sad.
So Yorvith probably wants to eradicate all humans. Like Vernon Roach wants to eradicate all non-humans, or the Order. I don't know if Vernon Roach is all that extreme on non-humans. I just know that he kills them.
Slimeral's Rose of Remembrance. Legend has it they wilt unless nourished with blood, and also if they're sold. But give it to someone you love, and it'll live forever.
Geralt's figuring out about he has some memories back, and he's been told a quick rundown on Yennefer. Granted, from Triss, so she'd probably, skew it a bit to be that Yennefer is, well, gone, and therefore Geralt should love Triss instead. But Geralt is kind of a dummy and, brooding bastard. So let's go for this one.
Well, this is awkward.
Oh, please, Geralt. It's just some stupid elven story. Give me the rose before you break it.
It's not stupid, it's just that...
This is the statue, Curly. Don't mind us. Imagine the corn we'll get. I won't leave the brothel for a month.
6 weeks even.
Where does that woman get the gold for all this? I mean, her and the old man, they're buying a new house. And now these statues for the garden. Must be deflawing the treasury. What's a town chancellor do anyway?
It'd be ploughing hard to move.
We'd never shift it in one piece. I know. We'll break off the legs, the heads, remove it in bits.
Break off your own head, clown.
Shut your trap, cunt.
Anne!
Kill them! Temeria for Temerian!
Shoot this Bernard and stab him to death.
Watch out!
Incredible what the N-shape built before human ships ever appeared in the Pontar Delta. Elves possess a sensitivity humans can't ever hope to acquire. We're trapped.
A box with all kinds of goodies in it. Hard leather even, that's really nice. And book on the Wild Hunt. Convenient that we'll find that here, huh? See, according to Naughtlings, the Wild Hunt's a procession or rather cavalcade of skeletal horsemen. They rush across the sky on the bony remains of steeds, clad in rusty remnants of armour. They wear jagged swords at their waists like comets. The Wild Hunt is an omen of war, which has been confirmed beyond all doubt. The spectral cavalcade ventures out in search of victims every several years, but its harvest was never as rich as just before the last war with Nilfgaard, when over 20 souls went missing in Novigrad alone after the hunt passed through. Curiously, elven and dwarven legends make not the slightest mention of the Wild Hunt. That expanded on thingy? I don't think it did. Found the bathhouse exit. Also got a sun rune. We'll save that for a new and better sword. Up to Triss to find the exit.
Looks like we're stuck. Well, there must be another way out of here. Why are you looking at me that way? Do I have something on my face? What's going on in that head of yours, Witcher?
You could use a bath. Nothing, let's get out of here. I mean, we have our good old gold. Restoring our memory. And, you know, any kind of sexual innuendo and whatever. Or straight out sex. That's not really what we're going for, and, you know, gold has more of its memory back, meaning, you know, he's not all that thrilled about having been used a bit for, you know, the first game. At least the way I understand and know Geralt. And I know him quite well, considering I've read the books. And I'm reading the books again to re-understand him. And he does not like liars. So, yeah.
Nothing. Sorry. We need to find another way out.
Are you all right, Geralt?
Yeah, I'm fine. We should look for that exit. Any Scoia'tael scouts in the area heard the sounds of the fighting. They won't miss that hole we dropped through either.
And here I thought I was the cautious one.
Did you say something?
No, nothing. Wait, Geralt. I need time to devise the spell. It could take as much as a few days. What do you plan to do while you wait?
I'm going to meet Yorvith.
Well, don't get yourself killed. That'd be pretty stupid now.
What are you getting at?
You're about to recover your memory, which will give you a whole new perspective on things. We'll learn what happened to Yennefer.
And you expect me to drop everything and tell Roach, hey, it's been great, but I've got places to go and people to find?
You know, you could. I mean, you don't really owe him anything. I'm just afraid you'll get caught up in something and you won't be able to back out. Yorveth's a sly old elf. He's been fighting humans for a full century at least. This Letho is no common bandit either, and I shudder to think who put him on the warpath. It's a mire, Geralt. Deep and hungry, and it could swallow you whole before you know it.
It possibly already has.
I want you to know that I'm prepared to travel to the end of the world with you to save Yennefer. I owe you that. I owe her that. I'm prepared to drop everything. The trappings of court life, politics, the regicides. I could even live at Kaer Morhen. It's up to you.
Triss.
Let me finish. I can only say this once. If you want to go alone, I'll understand. And I won't try to persuade you otherwise.
Yeah.
If all goes well, I'll catch the kingslayer before you finish preparing the spells.
And if it doesn't go well?
Triss, do you really expect me to spend 2 days at the tavern drinking with the locals while Letho's out there taking control of a Scoia'tael unit?
No. But what will you do? What if Yorvith scoffs at your news? What if he says Letho's escaped and no one knows where to find him? Will we go? Will we leave the regicide to Roach and continue with our own lives?
That's a tough one. Bound to some kind of duty. This one is Geralt. Really, I suppose. Yeah. I mean, sure the assassins would come after him. Usually people dumb enough to think they can take on a Witcher. Because, according to Kieran, even a big guy like Letho is apparently super fast. Like all witches. So, And Geralt, despite his leg injury, he's, you know, fit. He's a bit gangly at times, but whatever.
I think so. And I think you're right. I don't owe anyone anything.
I'm glad you've noticed that.
But that doesn't mean I'm willing to sit around doing nothing. You need time anyway, and in that time I'll catch the kingslayer.
Geralt, please, be careful.
I'll go see Zoltan, and together we'll go find Yorvith. With a little luck, I'll capture the kingslayer, and then we can go back to living our own lives.
Good. Will you talk to Roach?
I'll think about it.
Talk to Sven and Roach. Okay. Where's the way out?
I'm glad you're here.
Well, how are we gonna get out? Oh. That's how we're gonna get out. Let's see. And Roach. Well then started apart and made an social personalizations. What we did the first game. That's personally driven to, you know, avenge again Geralt himself and his close friends, the other witches of the Wolf School. Well, just the other witches really. And because witches' secrets in the hands of people like Salamandra, that was bad news. As we very well saw. Hands of the Order was even worse news. About how long toil proud things which are done till then continues to put off. Sorcerers want to leave it all and flee as far as possible. Keep a low profile with Geralt, somewhere away from all their problems. The witch, however, wants to repay his debt of gratitude to Roach, and so left to speak with him. Maybe we'll get a proper chat with the man now too. Which isn't just go do as I tell you.
Letho. He comes here to think.
I don't give a goat's balls what that rogue does for leisure.
Dwan!
Calm, Shay. We're not looking for a fight.
Hear that, Hervihin? A few words of Elder, and he thinks he can go.
This is elven land, Dwan, upon which your kind dies.
There's no need to fight. We'll leave your land in peace.
Unbelievable! Spits in your face and claims it's raining.
Shut up, Zagar. Speak, Dwan. Whose are those corpses?
Again, Geralt is not a big fan of the Scoia'tael, mainly because of their violent ways. Let's see. I have to jump 3 people at once, that's statistically unlikely. Our persuasion's pretty bad. Intimidation's pretty good, and I'm going to reflect around that we've killed enough people and we don't want to kill more. Well, let's go for that.
I've had enough killing for today.
Leave this place. We'll have no more bloodshed here.
Fresh air.
I'm glad you asked me along. That was edifying.
Really? What did you learn?
You know why Eldon and Cymru resisted all and stayed together?
Why?
Because they're statues. Just statues.
Triss.
If we had had a more, you know, romantic turn with her, dialogue now would be different. Right, there we go. But Geralt being Geralt, he is a Sarvis, especially when he finds out that, hey, there's this other woman who is his real true lover. And Triss has been masquerading as her for a few months, half a year. That's not really good. Most people would be upset in that situation. Geralt does it in his own brooding way. So then a Roach. And slipping on traps. Follow the road once. Good. We'll do some regular pest control. There we go. Can we pick up the remains? We can, including cloth. Just take all of it. Make a warrior probably has some good stuff too. Oh, decent. I'm gonna chat with them. Yep. But no new things to chat about. Van and Roach is probably gonna get very angry and cross with us for going to him and telling him that we're gonna meet Yorbeth and, you know, just having a chat with him. And not going to meet him to gut him. Which might be what happens, I don't know. You never know with Geralt. Or the Skull itself for that matter. It's as much them who are the big... what's it called? Not the constant, the... what's the word for it? They're the wild card, let's just put it like that. Some robust cloth, we could get ourselves this swanky new jacket. So let's see if the dwarf of a good old friend, although he's not really our friend, it's his little Candelaria.
So how can we help you, eh?
If he's got some robust cloth for sale. He does not. Alright, how much of our good old friendly... oh, come on. We have the 8 hardened leather. I actually think we should actually... first. That's the armor itself. The enhancement. We have everything we need to make that on us, so let's go and make it, just so that we have it. That way we'll, no matter what, get a cool little upgrade in the Karen.
So how...
Oop. I may also very much... just because there's a big giant hood on the Karen armor, which kind of obscures Gold's face half of the time. It's a great piece of armor, and it'll will last us for a good time if we get it. But
does a bloody witcher actually eat?
You know,
Spuds? Why spuds?
it'll be interesting to just for fun not grab it, because then some other upgrade choices for the armor will maybe be more interesting. Let's see, can we? He doesn't have anything to say. Sultan. Ask him about rumors.
Any news?
Triss has sniffed something out. Apparently, there are prisoners on the barge in the port. Squirrels, no less.
Yeah, we've been there, so sequence breaking. Or rather, chatting with Sultan is... because of the way we do other things, it's just... yeah, cleared out everything else, so Triss appeared just like that. And we got the quest, so Ren and Roach.
I found a patient's chart in the ruins of the hospital.
You mean the burned down insane asylum?
They committed him to the asylum because he'd insisted he'd been a prisoner of the Wild Hunt. He claimed he'd been in a world without humans, where he'd seen herds of unicorns. He managed to return to our world after a year, only to find his children had died of old age. Following this, Vernon, it means he'd been to a world where time flows a lot slower.
Jesus Christ, Geralt. Yeah, let's just tell Vern and Roach that we're fucking off.
A few days from now, I plan to leave, get back on the path, back to my witcher's work. That'll mean the end of our mission.
Care to tell me what prompted this decision?
Triss. She knows how to restore my memory.
Why not drop everything and leave now?
Triss needs time to prepare the spells.
You're giving up. No other name for it, you're just giving up. What of the kingslayer? Many still believe you're him.
I don't think I care anymore. Those whose opinions I value, well, they know the truth.
Uh-huh. You see someone kick a dog and you're incapable of letting it go. And you want to release that fiend who we've succeeded in cornering, who's thrashing to get out of the cage we've put up around him.
I want nothing of the sort. I'm not leaving for a few more days. In that time, I'll catch Letho for you. That's the Kingslayer's name, incidentally. I know how to get him.
How?
You're not going to like this, but it'll involve working with the Scoia'tael.
Is your mind completely ploughed at this point? Did Triss put this nonsense in your head?
Listen to me. You'll get your kingslayer soon. I'll give you him or his head. After which you'll clear me of all charges and let me go my way.
What else? Perhaps you'd like me to embrace Yorveth in gratitude as well.
Yorveth's not my problem. I'm no elf hunter. I've never been one, and I don't intend to become one.
Enough. You've made your decision, I can see that. So be it. But I think we all know who's being the prick here.
To be fair, I completely understand what Vernon Roach's problem is with this at this. But we're also promising him, and we'll hand over the Kingslayer to him, we'll hand him Letho, or his head, and then we'll be on our merry way. We're not going to just leave immediately. Even if that could be pretty sweet to do as well, because as Gold said, those whose opinions he actually values, they know that he did not do it. So if he leaves to live on a farm somewhere in the middle of nowhere and just travel around, no one really knows who he is, what's a big deal? But let's talk to Sultan.
Zoltan, I need to ask you a favor.
Shoot.
I heard you know the local Scoia'tael.
You heard? Meaning some goat's arse and a helmet hollowed it out in the market square.
I need some way to get to this Yorveth.
You know, I don't want you thinking I'm all chummy with the Scoia'tael. And Yorveth detests me. Why would you want to see him anyway?
He knows where the Kingslayer is.
Yorveth? And here I always thought him a common thug. All right. No reason to sit on our arses. Come on. You can tell me everything on the way.
Lead on, Zoltan.
Tell me, who said I have contacts with the Scoia'tael?
Stay away from
The Reno.
What a...
That's why he wanted to hang you? For making deals with the squirrels?
What? I met a few, yes, but made no fucking deals.
What about their leader?
They say Yorveth's mad, but the Scoia'tael are at his beck and call. Sod knows what he wants.
Hope he'll tell me what it is.
Tell you what, of two evils, Laredo's the bigger prick.
Because he almost hanged you?
Because he stirs up the locals against non-humans.
So how's it going, dear?
And there's word he's colluding with Kedwin.
What's his name?
Greed!
Youngster scream.
King Hensel would gladly annex more land and grant Laredo privileges. Come on, we've got a long way to go.
That we do. That we do. Cool. Yeah. But yeah, I'm following along what Sultan is saying, and I agree with him. I see the logic behind his set, what he's saying, and girl trusts Sultan. He believes him too. This one we've already taken. So yeah, let's follow Sultan to Yorveth.